It's time for Lefties Losing It, and it's been a while since we featured AOC in this segment. Let's rectify that. Here is the diabolically ill-informed young socialist campaigning for a communist, Zoran Mamdani. Hope you've got your earplugs handy because it's about to get real screechy.
Jews escaping Holocaust, Black Americans fleeing slavery and Jim Crow, Latinos seeking a better life, Native people standing for themselves, Asian Americans coming together in Queens, in Brooklyn, in the Bronx, in Manhattan, in Staten Island.
Oh, wow. Now, AOC was also keen to trumpet how sane she is, how sane the mad left are who are supporting Zoran. I don't think even she believes what she's saying.
But we must remember, in a time such as this, we are not the crazy ones, New York City. We are not the outlandish ones, New York City. They want us to think we are crazy. We are sane.
Let's see how sane they are. Let's hear from another Zoran Mamdani supporter who obviously values inclusion, tolerance and respectful dialogue and, of course, sanity.
You turned on a nasty Israeli song.
You're talking. He's attacking us. Can you please have somebody?
That's a lie. You're monsters.
Because I'm a Jew.
Oh dear, that was unpleasant. But this next Zoran fangirl is actually far more frightening because she used to be a judge. Yes, a judge whose judgment is obviously warped.
He's young and he's a person of color. I think he's going to make an amazing mayor. I'm very excited about him.
Are you worried about safety or anything with him being?
Not at all. Not at all. Because I think he's got it right. I think the police are the police and we need social workers to deal with some mental health problems.
Mental health problems, lady, like an elderly woman wearing signs about the face of fascism. Do tell me more.
Are you worried about your taxes going up?
No.
You support him so much that you'd be okay with your taxes going up?
Yes. I would be. If there's any chance of saving New York as a place for working people to live, he's going to be the one to do it. He's a democratic socialist. That's not Russian or Chinese. He's for health care for all. If that's socialism, then maybe we have to redefine what socialism is.
So it's not like Venezuelan socialism?
No, not at all. I used to be a judge. I was a New York State Supreme Court justice.
Now to former White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, who was uniquely terrible at the job. Now she's written a book, and I don't know if you've heard, but she's black and she's queer.
Black woman, as a person who's also LGBTQ.
As a black woman, I am a black woman, I am a queer woman, I am an immigrant.
Being a black woman, as a black woman myself, that is the thing that I understood as a black woman, is that I meant a lot to people because of the communities that I represented. And whether it was women of color, black women, queer community, LGBTQ community, immigrant.
And as a black woman, and I have my queerness too.
Yes, being black and queer is the only answer she seems to have, well, to every question. DEI and the Biden administration's obsession with identity politics is how she got the job. And for Karine, it's the only thing that matters. It's the answer to every question. And to show how absurd this is, let's look at just one example. I'm not going to bore you for any more, but just one example from that compilation. Let's see how she answers a question about regrets.
Karine, do you have any regrets at all for anything that you said while you were speaking on behalf of this administration?
Look.
It's a simple yes or no. You don't even know.
Because you're asking for a yes or no question. I want to put some context to it too. I woke up every day. I woke up every day very proud to be the White House press secretary. I woke up every day as a black woman who is queer.
Now let's hear from a couple of certifiable liars, MSNBC anchor Nicole Wallace and the governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker. Listen to this.
I haven't suggested that Donald Trump is Hitler. I wouldn't say
I don't
that
think any Democrat has. I actually, and I think it's a smear that they project back on to critics.
What now? No Democrat has called or suggested Donald Trump is Hitler. Excuse me?
Trump actually reenacting the Madison Square Garden rally in 1939. I write about this in my book.
From John Kelly's words that Donald Trump is someone who, I quote, certainly falls into the general definition of fascist.
Where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa.
And to be praising Adolf Hitler is dangerous and it's also disgusting.
So just to be clear, when you said we do agree, President Biden believes that Donald Trump is a fascist.
I mean, yes.
He is paving the way to become a Vladimir Putin or to become an Adolf Hitler or a Kim Jong-un. That's what he wants to be.
Yeah, but Nicole Wallace and JB Pritzker want you to believe that no Democrat would dare liken Trump to Hitler. It's a smear campaign. Does JB Pritzker think we forgot all about this?
What I know is in the early days of the Nazi regime, they started slowly but surely taking away people's rights. And what we're seeing now is the very same thing. Well, we're talking about the death of a constitutional republic. That's what happened in Germany in 1933, 1934. And we're seeing today that you've got an administration in Washington that's ignoring court orders. This is literally the end of the republic as we know it.
Welcome back. Now, if you were in any doubt about the high esteem Zoran Mamdani is held in, listen to New York Governor Kathy Hochul say he is part of taking back America. Taking it back where?
With your help, we will. Elect Zoran, and we take back America. Thank you, Queens. Thank you, New York. I love you guys.
Joining me now is comedian and host of Prime Time with Alex Stein on Blaze TV. Alex, Zoran, AOC, Bernie, this is the radical new leadership of the Democrat Party now.
I know, it's actually kind of scary if you look at it because, you know, they actually are gaining a little bit of popularity. I mean, you know, I would be shocked if you were to told me that not that long ago in 2001 there used to be a big debate after 9/11 if they would even build a mosque near the horrible site of the tragedy on September 11th. And now we have a Muslim mayor of New York City. So obviously, there's been a lot of progress, to say the least, in New York City. And I am shocked that Zoran's probably going to win. And I'm shocked that AOC could be the vice president candidate. And I'm shocked that these people actually are taken seriously. So it's kind of, the world's inverted, Rita. I'm blown away that Zoran Mamdani is more than likely going to win and become the mayor of New York City. It's unbelievable.
You call it progress. I would use other words. I don't think there's anything genuinely progressive about any of this. Now, Alex, tell me about the NBA gambling bust. What happened there, and why is it inspiring some wild conspiracy theories like this one from ESPN pundit Stephen A. Smith, who claimed it was part of Donald Trump's revenge plot and a plan to distract from protests against the president?
Have I said Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture.
Whatever. It's hard to keep up with that incoherent rant. It went on for some time longer. He also claimed, Alex, that Donald Trump was going to come for the WNBA next. I mean, that would be the best thing that happened to the WNBA since Caitlin Clark if Donald Trump picked a fight with them.
No, I know the WNBA needs all the publicity they can get. But you know what's so crazy about Stephen A. Smith is that he is the biggest hack journalist that there is. I mean, he's a guy that would tell you the conspiracy theories are dangerous. Yet he creates a fake conspiracy saying that Donald Trump is targeting NBA players. But see, Rita, this is a big deal because if these players were using rigged cards or, deck shuffling machines that were rigged, or glasses, theoretically, where they knew what the cards were going to come, whenever they were dealt, they were robbing people. And that's a serious crime. And if you're robbing people of hundreds of thousands of dollars, you need to go to jail. I don't care if you're an NBA Hall of Famer. I'm sorry. Using your clout to rob people, is a crime. So I don't think that this was necessarily a political move. I think this was a move to kind of show that these people that, the Donald Trump administration is not going to play around when it comes to defrauding, other millionaires. We're going to protect, the people that are most powerful in this country, and, they deserve to be protected. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just saying, if you're gambling, you take a risk, that you can lose. But if you're being cheated, that's a crime. That's theft. And those NBA players, if that's what they did, they deserve to go to jail.
Well, NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal seems to agree with you. He had a very different take to Stephen A. Smith.
But I know Chauncey, I know Damon very well, played with Damon, so I don't want to sit up here, but I'm ashamed that those guys would put their families and their careers in jeopardy. There's an old saying in the hood, all money ain't good money. So if you're making $9 million and you're dealing in certain things, like how much more do you need? Especially if you get caught, you can do jail time, lose your career. Put a bad image on yourself or your family.
That's pretty damning from an NBA legend and someone who knows some of those names personally.
Well, Rita, it's really dark because Terry Rozier, one of the players that is accused of doing this point shaving scandal, he was getting paid for his NBA salary $350,000 per game. That's what he's getting paid per game just for playing in the game. And he was allegedly doing the point shaving scam to make an extra $200,000. So it doesn't make sense that you would risk your entire livelihood and, just like Shaq said, potentially go to jail to make an extra $200,000. And I know times are tough. We all need extra money, but it seems like that he had gotten probably some gambling debt and he might have been repaying debt. And that's why he was forced to do it. So if that is the case, then maybe he does have, a say in court, and he could say that he felt like he was threatened and that he had to do this. But I don't know. That'll all come out in the court case.
Yeah, well, this is why if you're a sporting professional, you've got to be very careful who you associate with and what gambling debts you rack up, because you can put yourself in a very vulnerable position. Now, Alex, I'm going to need you to explain this next clip, which features you mocking members of Antifa.
See, this guy keeps on trying to bump me every time I walk by. You right? Dude, I'm walking down the street. I'm standing here. I'm allowed.
Let him go sideways.
Get out of my...
All right, Alex, you need to leave.
I'm not leaving, guys. You're trying to get in my way. I'm here on a public street. Get out of my way. Oh my God, guys, I'm so scared. The Antifa, they brought their play guns, their squirt guns. Oh my God, your arts and crafts time. Did this mess up your arts and crafts time? You guys gonna be able to go home and play with your arts and crafts after this?
Why is it so tiny?
Alex, these thugs have left journalists seriously injured. I mean, what are you doing there? You only need one of them to act up and it could end in disaster.
No, you're exactly right. And actually, one of the people there was Benjamin Song, who ended up getting arrested for shooting an ICE agent. So that video is, actually a year old. I reposted it. I reposted it because of the Benjamin Song guy. He's in jail right now. So no, it's a serious thing. I can't mess around it, and these guys aren't playing anymore. So no, that's a scary video.
But you're still doing it. I saw footage of you just with the No Kings protest doing the same thing. I'm going to have another word, I think, I don't know, to your girlfriend about how you're going to stay safe.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But the No Kings protest, at least I didn't see any guns. If I would have saw a gun, I would have ran the other way, probably.
True. Alex Stein, thank you so much for your time.